Hello everyone, this is Kinjal Parmar. In previous session, we discussed about representation of logic function in which we discussed minterm and maxterm representation for canonical form. Now let's discuss how we can represent this logic function in canonical form. Canonical form for sum of minterm. The logical function can be expressed algebraically from a truth table by forming a minterm for each combination of the variables that produced a 1 in the function and then taking the OR of all those terms. This logic function known as sum of minterm expression. For example, if the function f1 is determined by expressing the combination 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0 and 1, 1, 1. That means function f1 produced output 1 only for this three combination. Otherwise, we have a 0 output condition. Now from table, we can write this 0, 0, 1 in minterm format like x dash y dash z. For 1 0 0 we have a x y dash z dash, and for 1 1 1 we have a x y z. So this is how we can represent this combination with minterm. Now for all three condition we have a output 1. So we just take OR of this all combination. Now that means for 0, 0, 1 we have output, 1, 0, 0 we have output, and for 1, 1, 1 we have output. So we just take OR of all these three terms. So here function f1 is represented by x dash y dash z plus x y dash z dash plus x y z. Because of all three condition we have a output. So here we represent these individual terms in minterm form, then we take sum of all this term as we have a output 1 for all three input conditions. So this is how we can represent any function. Here this minterms designated by 001 is designated by m1. So here we use small m1 as this is represented in minterm format. Then for 1 0 0 we have a 4. So we designated this as a M4. And for 1 1 1 we have a 7. So we designated here M7. So using M1 plus M4 plus M7 we can represent this function F1. Now if some examples or says some functions are not in a sum of minterm, so how we can convert that in a sum of minterm? So let's take an example. Here we have a logic function f is equals to a plus b dash dot c. So here this term is not in a format of sum of minterm, so we can convert this function in a sum of minterm. How? In first term A, two variables B and C are missing. In second term B dash C, one variable A is missing. In sum of minterm or says for canonical form, it is compulsory to have all the variables in all the terms. So here we have to add this variable in missing place. So let's start. F is equals to A plus B dash C. Now in first term, two variables B and C are missing. So these variables are added by B plus B dash. As B plus B dash is equals to 1 and C plus C dash is equals to 1. How? If B is equals to 0, then B dash is equals to 1. So 0 plus 1, we have a output 1. And for B is equals to 1, B dash is equals to 0. So we have a ultimately 1 plus 0 is equals to 1. So whenever a normal variable plus complemented of its variable added, we have a output 1. So here our functions will not alter if we add this B plus D dash or C plus C dash in this product term. So this is how we can add missing terms using this binary characteristic. So here B plus B dash added and C plus C dash added because B and C are missing term in first A term. And we can also add A into second term like B dash C into A plus A dash. Now simplify this term and we can easily convert this function into sum of min term. Here A B C plus A B dash C plus A B C dash plus A B dash C dash. Next term A B dash C plus A dash B dash C. It is compulsory to maintain order. Like for example, if one term has a B C format, then it is also compulsory to for all the term that they are in the form of A B C, whether it is inverted or as in a normal form, but we have to maintain this order A for A, B, C. And if we have a term like BAC, so it is compulsory for all the term in form of BAC terms, whether it is inverted form or whether it is in a normal form. Here we use sequence A, B, C. So this is how all the functions, all the min terms are represented. Here we have a repeated term over here A B dash C. So here we represent this term only for one time. So we have this logical representation A B C plus A B dash C plus A B C dash plus A B dash C dash A dash B dash C. Now this term can be represented in form of this number A, B, C. That means in min term, all this function has a combination value 1, 1, 1, as these all are normal variable. So for 1, 1, 1, we have a term M7. Here A, B dash C. That means A and C are 1 and B dash. So this is 0. So basically we have a 1, 0, 1. So this 1, 0, 1 will be represented as a 5. So we can represent this number as M5. Then we have a B, C dash. So A and B both are normal variable. That means they has a value of 1, 1. Then A, B, C dash. That means A and B both have a value 1 and C dash. That means 0. So this A, B, C dash, that means 1, 1, 0. So 1, 1, 0 is equals to 6. So we have this term as a M6. Then A, B dash, C dash. That means 1, 0, 0. That means 4. So we can represent this term as a M4. Then we have a dash, B dash, C. That means 0, 0, 1. 0, 0, 1. That means 1. So we can represent this term as a M1. Now we can write this term as a summation of summation, because here we add all this term. So here summation of 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we have this term in answer form. So we can write this as a summation of 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, or simply small m for min term. So small m 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. This function is represented in sum of min term form, and this form is also known as a canonical form. So this is how we can represent any logical function into canonical form. Here we discussed about sum of min term. Now let's discuss about product of max term. The logic function can be expressed algebraically from a truth table by forming a max term for each combination of the variables that produced a 0 in the function output. So here we consider input combination which produced 0 for output condition, and then taking the end of all those terms, and that means product. So here then taking the end of all those terms, this logic function known as a product of max term expression. For example, if the function f1 is determined by expressing the combination 0, 0, 1, now 0, 0, 1 in max term can be represented as x plus y plus z. Here 0, 0, 1. So x has a value of 0, y has a value of 0 and z has a value of 1. So here for max term we take OR of this function. So 0, 0 in normal form and 1 for a inverted term. So here we have a 0, 0, 1. So we can write this as a x plus y plus z dash. Then we have a 1, 0, 0. That means x is equals to 1 and y and z is equals to 0. So we have a x dash plus y plus z. Here we consider max term. That's why here we take OR operation between this variable. Then we have a 1, 1, 1. So we have a terms equivalent x dash plus y dash plus z dash. This input condition produced an output F1 0 for this three combination. So here we can consider this terms, that means for this operation or for this operation or for this operation we have a F1 is equals to 0. Now we take product of all three combinations. So we have a function f1 is equals to x plus y plus z dash into x dash plus y plus z into x dash plus y dash plus z dash. So here how we can represent this individual input combination and then we take product of this input combination. So we have a format of product of max term for any given function. Now this functions 0, 0, 1. So it is equivalent decimal 1. So we have a max term as a m1. Then we have a 1, 0, 0. That means max term m4 and 1, 1, 1 max term m7. So this is how we can represent this term as a m1, m4, m7. It shows product of this max term. So this is how we can represent function in a product of max term format. Now let's take an example for conversion in product of max term. Express the logic function f is equals to a plus b dash c as a product of max term. For max term, it must first be brought into a form of OR term. So here we have a f is equals to a plus b dash dot c. Now this b dash dot c. So here we have to convert this into OR operation and we can easily convert this operation into OR operation using distributed law. Here we can write this a plus b dash c as a plus b dash dot a plus c. So using distributing law, we can convert this term into OR format. Now we have to consider missing term. In first bracket c is missing, in second bracket b is missing. So how we can add this term? So for plus or says for OR operation, we can add this as a c dot c dash because this product c dot c dash will be result in 0 because if c is equals to 0, c dash is equals to 1 and 0 and 1. 0 into 1 we have a 0 or says 1 into 0 we have a 0. So product of c into c dash always result into 0. So we can add this into function a plus b dash which is not alter our original function. So we can write this as a plus b dash plus c into c dash. Now for second bracket we add b as b into b dash like a plus c plus b into b dash. Now here we have to again use distributing law. So we can write as a plus b dash plus c and second term a plus b dash plus c dash. Now For second bracket, we have to write a plus b plus c, and fourth a plus b dash plus c. So this is how, using distributing law, we can convert this into product of max term. Here, distributing law is written as a b dash then a plus c. Now, using this way, we can write this function by distributing law. Here also we use this whole term one time with c and this whole term one time with c dash. So this is how we have a two terms from this bracket and two terms from this bracket. Here a plus c one time with b and a plus c one time with b dash. So this is how distributed law works, and using distributing law we can write this expression in terms of product of max term. Here we have a term a plus b dash plus c into a plus b dash plus c dash into a plus b plus c. As we have a repeated term, we can write this term only for one time. Now this terms can be represented in a number format, like for example a plus b dash plus c. So here a and c both are normal variables, so we can consider this as a 0. So we, and b dash as a inverted variable, so we have to consider 1. So we have a 0 1 0. So for 0 1 0 we have a term 2. So we can write this term as a capital M2. Now we have a plus b dash plus c dash. B dash c dash, that means 1 1, and a, that means 0. So we have a 0 1 1 0 1 1, that means 3. So we can write this term as a M3. Then we have a plus b plus c, that means all terms have a value 0. So a equals to 0, b equals to 0, c equals to 0. So we have a 0. This max term can be written as pi 0, 2, 3. Pi, that means for multiplication, as here we take product of max term. So product can be represented by pi. So here we represent this term as pi 0, 2, 3, or we can represent this term as a capital M 0, 2, 3. So this is how we can represent any function into product of max term, or says into canonical form. The two canonical form of logic function are basic forms that one obtains from reading a given function from the truth table. For any input condition from the given input combinations, we can write this into form of expression using this minterm or maxterm characteristic. These forms are very seldom the ones with the least number of literals. Literals mean number of input variable, because each minterm or maxterm must contain by definition all the variables either in a complemented form or uncomplemented form, but it is compulsory that all terms have all the variables. So it is very complicated if the logic circuit is implemented with this canonical form, for as number of terms are more having all the input variables. To overcome this, another form is used, which is known as standard form. So let's discuss about standard form. In this configuration, the terms that form the function may contain 1 or 2 or any number of literals. Literals mean number of inputs. There are two types of Standard forms, sum of product, that means SOP, and product of sum, that means POS. So let's discuss about this forms. The sum of products is a Boolean expression containing n terms similar to min terms. Okay, here sum of product is a Boolean expression containing n terms called product term with one or more literal each. Here we consider not all the terms but may possible that by using one or more literal we can represent this in a product term. The sum denotes the ordering of these terms. Let's take an example. Here f is equals to x plus y dash z plus x dash y z dash. In first term, we consider only one term x. In second term, we consider only two terms y dash and z. In third term, we consider all the variables x, y, z. So here, using this formula, we can represent function into sum of product format. Here this unprimed value of x, y, z denotes for 1 and this primed x, y, z denotes for the value 0, which is similar to min term concept. The product of sum is a Boolean expression containing or terms called sum terms with the any number of literals and the product denotes ending of this term. So how we can represent this into product of sum? Let's take an example. F is equals to x dot y plus z dash dot x dash plus y dash plus z. So this is how we can write any function into form of product of sum. Individual term which have a sum term and then sum of this product term. So this is how we can write this into product of sum. Here unprimed number x, y, z denotes value for 0 and for prime number prime, that means for x dash, y dash, z dash, this x dash, y dash, z dash denotes 1. So which is exactly opposite of a SOP or say sum of product. So this is how we can represent any logical function into standard format. Next, non-standard form. In a non-standard form, the logical function is neither in a sum of products nor in a product of sum form. For example, AB plus C, D plus E. So here neither any of the product compulsory into sum of product term or neither any of the products in a product of sum format. So this is how we can represent any logical function into non-standard format. Thank you.